Students, in this video I would like to discuss with you one important concept of coordination compounds. From this concept, one question will be there surely in any of the competitive examination. Where before knowing the heading of the topic, let us look at the examples so that we can understand the topic very easily. So let us take up one example in here. The example is Cr H2O 6 times Cl3. This can also be written as Cr H2O 5 times Cl Cl2 1 H2O. See students, in these two cases molecular formula is remaining same, but it is found to be violet colored and this is found to be green colored. Are you noticing students? Molecular formula is remaining same but color is changing. What can be the reason for this change in color? Now let us look at the reason for this change in color. Look at this. Here in this structure, bonds are like this. Cr is bonded to H2O. This bond is CCB, coordinate covalent bond. This bond, these particles need not be considered for deciding the color, because once it is put into water, these ions will be dissociated into water. Therefore, coordination property or the properties of this molecule is decided by this coordination polyhedra only. Therefore, here the types of bonds are Cr bonded to H2O only. Okay, in this structure, well, Cr is bonded to H2O as well as Cl. Here one Cl is there inside. Okay, this can be the reason for this change in the color. Molecular formula remains same but color is changing because of difference in types of bonds. This should be remembered, students. If type of bond is changed, then properties are changing. Here color is the property that is undergoing change. Look at another example. CrOX twice, oxalato bidentate ligand appearing in 2 times, Cl2. Well, this exists in 2 forms. These are as follows. Cr, as it is coordination number is 6, therefore it will be octahedral structure. Okay, here this can be Cl and Cl, and these can be oxalates. Okay, this can also be written as Cr octahedral structure, and this can be Cl, and these can be oxalates. Okay, here these oxalates are on the same side, therefore these oxalates are on the same side of the Cr. Therefore, we can say that this is cis form. Here oxalates and chlorines, they are opposite of each other. Therefore, this is called as trans form. Okay. Here, the cis form is found to be optically active, and the trans form is found to be optically inactive. Okay, let us find the reason for this, students. Okay, here that chromium is bonded to, in this structure chromium is bonded to Cl as well as oxalate. Here in this structure, chromium is bonded to Cl as well as oxalate. That means this implies that types of bonds are same. See here, though the bond types are same, but property is changing optically. One is optically active, another one is optically inactive. Okay, the reason for this is, see here two particles of the same type are on the same side, oxalate one side, Cl one side. Here oxalate are opposite of each other, Cl are also opposite of each other. So this may be the reason for this distinctive property. Okay, student. Okay, in the third case, let's take another example. This is very much important. Almost most of the time, this compound is there in the examination. Well, this example is platinum NH3 twice Cl2. Okay. Well, this exists as PT as coordination number 4. That means it should be square planar. Okay. Cl, NH3 and NH3. Or it can also be written as platinum Cl and NH3. Just look at this, students. This is in this structure, both the particles are on the same side, NH3 and Cl. Therefore, it's called as cis, and it is more popularly known as cisplatin. Okay, student, it is. Do you know this? It is anti-cancer drug. It means that this substance will not allow the tumor to grow. Therefore, it is used as anti-cancer drug. And look at this. Ammonia are opposite of each other. Cl are opposite of each other. Therefore, this is called as transform of the substance, which is not a medicine. It is not a medicine. Okay. Are you noticing this difference, students? Just see here. Here the type of bondings are. In this case, platinum is bonded to NH3 as well as Cl. In this case, platinum is bonded to NH3 and Cl. See here, bonds are remaining same. Simply, their position of arrangement around the central metal atom is changing. Therefore, this change is bringing drastic changes in the properties of the substances, and hence it becomes necessary to have a separate branch of chemistry or separate topic in the chemistry to discuss such behavior. In all these three cases, what we have noticed is molecular formula is same, but properties are different. The different properties are due to different bonds, and second one is different arrangements. Is that clear? It means that molecules remaining same, but their properties are, molecules are same, but the properties are different. Okay. To deal with this type of property or properties of compounds, there is a special branch in the chemistry. This branch of chemistry is known as Isomerism. Students, here iso stands for same, and this word is derived from the Greek, where in the Greek this merism, before that it is meros. This stands for parts. It togetherly means that same parts of the molecule. It means that parts of the molecules are remaining same, but due to the difference in the arrangement, the properties are changing. Therefore, the definition of isomerism is, it can be framed as the pairs of compounds which have same molecular formula but different physical and chemical properties. These compounds are called as isomers, and the phenomenon is known as isomerism. You got this, students? Students, now look at the types of isomerism. Isomerism can be broadly classified into two types. One is structural isomerism, and the second one is stereoisomerism. Students, as we have seen earlier during the introductory part, structural isomerism is due to the different bonding between metal and the ligand. Whereas in the case of, this stereoisomerism is due to the different arrangement of ligands around the metal atom or the metal ion. Structural isomerism is further classified into ionization isomerism. Second one, hydrate, or it's also known as solvate isomerism. Third one is linkage isomerism, and fourth one is coordination isomerism. Whereas the stereoisomerism can be broadly classified as geometrical isomerism. In this case, two forms are possible. One form is a cis form and the another form is trans form of the same molecule. In the cis form, the main point is the bond angle between ligand 1 and ligand 2 is this bond angle. This bond angle is 90 degree. It means that in the molecule, if the bond between the two ligands is 90 degree, then they are called as ligands of the same side. Therefore, it is called as cis forming. I repeat, in the molecule, if the bond angle between the two ligands is 90 degree, then such ligands are called as ligands belonging to the same side of the molecule. Therefore, it's called as cis form of the molecule. And if the bond angle between the two ligand is, say, ligand 1 and ligand 2, if this bond angle is 180 degree, then this type of arrangement is called as opposite side arrangement. That means if the bond angle between two ligands is 180 degree, then such ligands are called as opposite of each other. Then that situation is called as trans form of the molecule. This geometrical isomerism is usually noticed in heteroleptic ligand complexes. Heteroleptic complexes. Students, heteroleptic complexes are those complexes in which different ligands are present. Heteroleptic complexes are those complexes in which ligands are different. If the ligands are same, they are called as homoleptic complexes. Then there is another type of stereoisomerism, which is called as optical isomerism. Well, in this optical isomerism is due to the ability of the molecule to rotate the plane of the polarized light either towards clockwise or towards anti-clockwise. If it is clockwise rotation, then we call it as dextro form of the molecule. It is labeled as D. And if it is anti-clockwise rotation, then it's called as LEVO, L-A-E-V-O, LEVO form of the molecule, and labeled as L form of the molecule. Here, the molecule is capable of rotating the plane of the polarized light either towards clockwise or towards anti-clockwise. Okay, this is the classification of isomerism or types of isomerism. Then we deal with each one of these with examples. Okay, students, let's move on to the discussion of the structural isomerism.